Yeah, that's the attitude.
Yeah.
To one.
Life
Oh, sorry.
expectancy. Yep, sorry. I was like, I don't know who's doing this one, but
Who does this? Maybe we can try and do it in synchronicity next time.
maybe.
I'm just kidding. That's too extra. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that. But this one especially so.
Bro, you didn't even wait till you were on school grounds to start criticizing.
This is the first time this man's been out of a hospital room in months. Let him have this, okay? Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster, assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no.
I never saw the front of my old school before.
Yeah, right? What is his scale for comparison here? Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it, as one does, with a brisk pace, and that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good.
That's more like it.
Yeah. So I walk towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees, and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I don't know, dude. I don't know if that's how I'd describe a park.
Yeah.
I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes.
Sunny, maybe.
That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind with leafy canopies. Nope, the buildings do not have leafy canopies. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't feel like one.
It's probably because there's no students anywhere.
They're disabled, you have to keep them contained.
Wow. It's not a fucking zoo.
Just kidding. I wonder if it's not a zoo, explain that big front gate.
That's a good point. You got me there.
They're caged in. Oh, this took a turn. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kinda eerie.
Yeah, I told you.
They're in their cages. But this is bad, we need to stop. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind, and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? ...
Ellipses.
Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to.
Yeah, he's caged in now. You're right.
Part of the zoo. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. I mean, metaphorically, maybe you could definitely turn around and just walk away.
Yeah.
Though. Feeling nervous, and with this realization set in my head, I open the front door. Wheelchair accessible. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical.
You must be Nikki. Nakai. Oh yeah, excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name's Mutuo. Welcome.
Handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch.
The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now.
Oh geez, we're just skipping medical procedure right off the bat?
Should I go later? Yeah, afternoon's probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already.
For me, I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous.
I feel like making a guy with a heart condition nervous is not very accessible of the school.
Yeah, they're not very accommodating of his condition. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying.
You want to introduce yourself to the class? Oh, we gotta make our first decision together.
Oh man, does it show you the previously selected option? Like
No.
It's kind of faded? Oh, just kidding. It looked like one was faded and one was darker.
You had
Like
one
we
highlighted.
Previously selected. I had one highlighted. That's exactly what happened.
I was like, how do you still have the file saved on your PC? That was 8 years ago.
Yeah, it was a completely different computer even. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's see. What do you want to do, Hisao? Hisao? What would you like to do?
One of those. Oh boy, do we want to be...
You say that you don't like being the center of attention.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we should be standoffish and ask why.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
We are a teenager.
Angsty.
Alright, why? Why, do I have to? Of course not, that's why I asked. Right. Let's go then.
In my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again.
I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot.
It's such an uncomfortable looking painting in the background.
It sure is. It reminds me, if you ever played, not to get off subject, but have you ever played Red Dead 2?
I played for like an hour once.
There's this colony of inbreds up in the hills called the Murphy Brood. Getting big Murphy
I can
Brood
definitely
vibes
see
off
that.
Painting. Yeah. Get a grip. This is a big step. I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around. Partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates.
Okay, wait. Look around. Who should we romance?
Oh, dude, definitely the shy girl in the back. She was
Yeah, immediately my first thought was the girl in the back covering half of her face. My second thought was the girl in the front who's like, kind of athletic looking, gazing off to the side. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we have the same taste.
Those were the two I immediately was like, those two.
Yep. Okay, we have a plan in place.
Yeah. Alright, sorry, what was the last thing you read?
I followed the teacher into the classroom and looked around. Partially so I already read this. God dang it. Okay, next. Okay. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards, and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books, and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then, Why would they be here?
Maybe because disabled people are human beings too. Jesus.
They're probably like me and have something wrong with them. Only, it's just not immediately obvious. Then, I notice one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency, sorry, I was looking at these new classes.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I didn't click next until because I was like, oh, we missed out some roommates options.
Right, what other disabilities do we have that are obvious here? What's up with the guy in the back corner? Do we even take a guess at what his disability is, or do we just leave that alone?
He's obese and he lives in Japan.
That's the disability?
Yeah.
But he's also drooling.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying,
So
like,
maybe...
if you ever, like, in Japan, they consider, like, what an American considers healthy to be, like, grossly overweight.
Morbidly obese, yeah. Oh, chick in the front ain't got no legs. Lieutenant Dan. We'll call her Lieutenant Dan.
Okay. She also doesn't have irises, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, it's all pupil. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. Probably a whole class, dude. A girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible.
Yeah, that was the girl we were talking about.
Yeah, the cutie in the back row. There is one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane.
Do you think there's any guy romance options?
I don't know, I guess we're gonna find out. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rim of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing.
I've been trying to teach Hippo some ASL.
I need to learn. It's so valuable.
I know, right?
She's kind of cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in.
She's got anime protagonist hair.
She sure does. I think she's the only pink-haired one in the classroom.
Please welcome our newest classmate.
He claps his hands, and so does everyone else. Except one girl in the first row who has only one hand.
Oh, she has... I don't want to call her
No
Lieutenant
legs,
Dan. That
no-
seems so mean.
Oh no. Alright, I revoke the nickname.
Let's call her
cringe a
Android
little.
Girl, because she looks like she is an android.
Okay, Android girl.
Because of
it
the
is.
lack of irises. Like, it's something about her eyes just makes her look like an android to me.
Maybe they're dark, really darkly colored, or maybe it's
hard.
all pupil.
It's hard to tell.
I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. Well, you survived. It's the first step. After the applause, there is a brief silence that nobody seems to want to be responsible for breaking. The teacher soon realizes that he should probably say something. He opens up with some unintelligible noise.
Ugh.
Shuts up as soon as he loses his momentum, and then starts introducing me. Nobody seems to be too interested. Maybe I should have said yes to that self-introduction thing.
Oh no, we made a mistake.
We made
The first choice we got
the
wrong.
only choice so far. We've failed already. So next time we want to make a choice.
Now we
whatever
can't get the true
decide on-
ending.
Whatever we decide on, we need to choose the opposite.
Yep.
Probably realizing he doesn't know anything about me, he just ends up saying my name wrong again. It's a weird name. And asks me to write it on the blackboard. I do that and turn back to face the class, feeling awkward. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. Hey, we could call her Stumpy.
Oh my god. Just really leaning into the I don't want to be here. Let's just fuck with everybody.
I hate everybody. It makes me feel a little bad.
We're gonna be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Akamichi. She's the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right?
What could I know?
That's a good question.
The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3.
When I read the teacher passes out, I assumed he meant he just went to his desk and fell asleep.
He dropped to the floor. It hits
like,
me. Maybe are the teachers disabled here too, or is it just?
Oh, maybe.
students?
I don't know. I was
Maybe
thinking.
everyone in the building's disabled.
I was thinking more like just takes a nap, like the teacher from My Hero Academia.
Drunken stupid. Eraserhead?
Yeah.
Yeah. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression.
Alright, Hakamichi's right there. She's an Hakamichi.